welcome back. Today we are going to talk about relocation to Cyprus. We will discuss different types of visas, permits for European citizens, also for non-European citizens coming from third countries. And I'm here with Eliza Sergiu.
Hello everyone, thank you for having me today.
So Eliza, she's a Cyprus lawyer. She's a member of Cyprus Bar Association. She's very well experienced when it comes to immigration laws, and she's having her own legal practice.
Yes, I am mainly focused for the past, 7 years only on immigration law, which has many aspects and different types of permits. And I will say that that's why I gave a focus on that area, and I'm happy to give you any information that I can today for a few of the permits that we have in Cyprus.
Perfect. Cyprus has become a very popular destination in recent years. Digital nomads, young professionals, or even families, they choose Cyprus in search of better quality in life. And let's start, Eliza, with citizens of European Union.
Okay, so this is the first and, let's say, as you said, the most easy permit that someone can apply in Cyprus. Indeed, the EU nationals that wants to relocate in Cyprus for more than 3 months, they have to visit the migration authorities and apply for the respective residence permit, depending on what they will choose to do in Cyprus. For people who want to be engaged in work in Cyprus, they should apply for their European registration certificate in Cyprus once they start working to a Cyprus company. It's very important to note here that Europeans need to first register at the social insurance department, and once they do, they are allowed to proceed with their registration. The reason that we request this is that because the authorities will need to check that indeed the European citizen is here for work purposes and not a visitor.
Yeah, and actually, indeed, we also have a lot of clients with their own companies. They employ themselves in the companies, and this is how they show the work requirement. What about the requirements for the visitors from the European Union?
So this applies to persons who wish to visit Cyprus and reside in Cyprus without the need to work. For them to be able to apply, they need to show that they have source of income from abroad. And to do so, we need to show, for example, last quarter of bank statements and additional supporting documents depending on their background. For example, their salary from a different country, their pensions, if they're pensioners, or any other type of dividends that they have. It's important to note here that for both, and all European permits, the applicant needs to be present during the application procedure because it's one of, procedure. Once we submit and we receive the approval from them, they will immediately issue the certificate of registration, the yellow slip, if you may say, and from there on they can proceed with the rest of their engagements they will have in Cyprus.
Yeah, and actually what I want to highlight here is that residence permits are very important for us to continue later on with any procedure for change of tax residency. We apply along with the residence permit to the tax department. The same goes later when we apply for the non-domiciliation status certificate. With residence permit, we open bank accounts, we apply for the tax number. So this is like a starting point for anyone who is coming to Cyprus.
Correct. For any time, longer than 3 to 4 months, they need to register with the migration authorities because usually they have this misunderstanding of coming and going without the need of registering themselves. So it's important, as you said, to know that they need to be registered and to be legally residents in Cyprus.
Yeah, another benefit that comes along with actually the residence permit is belonging to the national healthcare system. So Eliza, with European citizens it's quite easy. But when it comes to third country nationals, it's becoming a bit more complicated. Can you tell me what options do they have?
So yes, let's say we meet a client. My first question that I ask to them is what their purpose is in Cyprus, what they want to do in the long term. Do they want just to reside in Cyprus? Do they want to work in Cyprus, or they just want to have a plan B for the long term? Depending from their answer, we will guide them accordingly.
Yeah, maybe let's start with the visitor's visa. First one, the one that is sometimes called pink slip.
Yes, pink slip. So the visitor visa applies to persons who wishes to relocate to Cyprus, but they do not want to work. For them, they can apply as long as they can show income from abroad. And the permit of the visitor permit is applicable for 1 year, and it's renewable every year, as long as they can keep on showing that they have sufficient funds from abroad. So the funds are 2,000 per month, plus depending of their number of their family members, additional amounts. It's important to understand here that for us to apply for the visitor permit, the applicants need to be physically present in Cyprus. What it means is that they need to find a way to enter Cyprus first, either through Schengen visa or visitor visa or even tourist visa from our embassy, and then we can apply on their behalf. Additionally, they need to be able and open a bank account in Cyprus, and they need to inject the funds that are necessary for, let's say, the first time application that we need to show. With the receipt of the visitor permit, they are allowed to reside in Cyprus until their permit is being reviewed by the authorities and they receive their permit.
So they have nothing to worry about. I mean, they can still legally reside in Cyprus.
Yes, once they receive the receipt, they can reside in Cyprus as long as it takes for the officers to check their applications and receive their residence permit cards.
Okay. How about non-European citizens who are coming to actually work in Cyprus?
So yeah, this is an additional and very, very common, let's say, permit that we have in Cyprus. We have a lot of employees who works under third country nationals owned companies in Cyprus. These are high qualified employees, and we had a big relocation of them, as you said earlier. A lot of families, they came under this category. It's a very straightforward procedure again, that's why they chose this category. As long as they do, they can prove that they have either 2 years experience in a similar field of the position that they will get in Cyprus or a university diploma, we can apply on their behalf and they can get the work permit. Additionally, their salary is minimum 2,500 gross per month, and we can apply even if they are not physically present at the department the day we submit.
Let's talk about permits given thanks to investment in Cyprus. Because real estate market is booming in Cyprus, many people are coming to purchase a property. And actually Cyprus abolished citizenship by investment, this program. But still, what are the options if someone wants to get a permit when buying a property in Cyprus? About what amounts we are talking here?
Okay, so we have the permanent residence permit available for the non-Europeans. It's important to know that for someone to apply and to hold a permanent residence permit in Cyprus, they are not allowed to hold any other European permanent residence permits. The option is that if they invested 300,000 to any of the investment options we have currently under the program, they are allowed to apply for the permanent residence permit. As I said, they have different options, such as the investment in the real estate or their investment in their own Cyprus company or even Cyprus funds. The reason that the most common investment option is the real estate is that by applying under that category, it means that it eliminates instantly the need to have an additional place of residence. So let's say they deduct from their expenses because they don't need to rent any additional property. Additionally, and very, very important to say here, why we say permanent residence permit, it's because they will have it for as long as they keep their investment. And with that permit, they can keep it while they travel to Cyprus once every 2 years. Contrary to any other permits that we have, let's say for the work permit, that they need to enter Cyprus every 90 days that they're abroad, otherwise their permit will be cancelled. So it's more for a lifetime, let's say, permit, and holders also of this type of permit are eligible, and they will be, it will be easier for them to receive Schengen visas from any other European countries. That's
okay. So it's actually a very flexible program.
It is very flexible, and for persons who just want to have, let's say, a permit to reside, not to work, it's the one choice that they usually do.
Okay. For residents who stay in Cyprus long enough, we have an option also to apply for a Cyprus passport. And as per the general rules, the applications can be done after staying in Cyprus for 7 years. Recently, we also had some changes in the naturalization law, and they are addressed to highly skilled employees working in Cyprus. For them, there is an option to apply for passports already after 3 or 4 years of staying in Cyprus. It depends on their level of Greek language. So, Eliza, please tell me what is the difference when it comes to these years of stay.
In general, for everyone who wishes to apply for a Cyprus passport, they need to pass Greek level language B1. For highly qualified personnel, as we said before, the work permits, they have the option to apply in 3 or 4 years. For people who will be able to pass the Greek level examination B1, they can apply in 3 years. And for those who will pass A2 level, they can apply in 4 years. So this is really, they did really speed up the time for employees.
Big incentive.
Big incentive, yes.
What are the other requirements when it comes to passport applications?
Yes, there are a lot, but mainly they need to see that they have been legally residing in Cyprus, depending of, as we said, their categories. The last year preceding the application, they need to be fully in Cyprus. They gave the exemption of 90 days in total, let's say throughout the year. And from there on, they need to show that they have a good character, they need to provide clean criminal records, they need to show their source of income, and they also need to pass additional examination in regards to socio-political matters in Cyprus. If you ask me, I would say that the most important thing is that during their interview, because they will pass an interview, they should be ready, and they should give the understanding to the officers reviewing them that they became part of Cyprus society, they are actively engaged with locals as well. And I believe that's the most important, if you ask me.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So to sum up, a residency permit is a very important document for someone who wants to change tax residency. It's actually a starting point for any other procedures. If you are thinking about relocating to Cyprus, feel free to contact us. You can also watch the rest of our videos if you want to find out more about tax benefits that Cyprus offers for its tax residents. And thank you, Eliza, for coming. It was a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you for having me. It will be my pleasure to meet new clients, and we welcome together, foreigners to Cyprus, and for them to enjoy, Cyprus lifestyle.
Thanks a lot.